I remember one of my high school teachers placed a phrase on the wall in the classroom that said, "The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step." It was an old Chinese proverb meant to emphasize that life is a journey. You're not immediately at the end. You don't immediately celebrate every victory. It's a journey, but you got to begin somewhere. God said something similar to Joshua in Joshua chapter 3, as God is replacing Moses with Joshua, and Joshua obviously doesn't have the years of credibility that Moses had built up, but he made Joshua a promise. He said, "Today I am going to begin to exalt you in the eyes of Israel so that they may know that I am with you just as I was with Moses." And there's an important word that God used in that phrase, and that's the word begin. I will begin to exalt you. There was a beginning of that process, and the beginning, it wasn't the end, which meant that there were going to be some challenges along the way. People were going to challenge his authority, his leadership. People would be skeptical that he was the right person for the position. And God didn't want Joshua to be surprised. He just wanted him to remember that this is the beginning of getting to the place where I'm going to lead you. It's just the beginning. You'll get to the end. But the beginning is not the end. It's different. The same is true for you. God makes you a lot of very good promises. One day, every tear will be wiped away. One day, you will see with your own eyes that God worked everything in your life for your good. Everything. But we're probably not at the end of those just yet. We're certainly not in heaven yet. We're at the beginning, when you might be challenged by things, when life might be hard, when not everyone might be on board with where you're going or what you're doing. Or maybe you're not at the beginning. Maybe the beginning took place long ago and you're in the middle somewhere and you're still faced with all those challenges. But just remember that the beginning, it's not the end, but the end is coming. God will accomplish every good thing that He has promised you. One day you will see it with your own eyes. You will see that God used even the challenges in your life and the hard times and the times when you had really important questions or doubts or fears. He used all of that to keep you on the path to where He knew you needed to be going. The beginning is not the end, except once. There's one day when the beginning was the end. It's a day when Jesus Himself was challenged, when life for Jesus Himself was very hard, when Jesus also had His doubters, people who wondered if He was the right person to follow. It's the day that Jesus was hanging on a cross for a crucifixion, and that was the beginning of the end of you wondering if God really does want to be with you every step of the way. He absolutely does. He proved it that day, just as He eventually proved it for Joshua in front of the Israelites. He already proved on the pages of Scripture, which recorded that historic day, that God is most certainly with you today. Which means today can be the end of your worrying, of your fear, of your wondering if you're going to be okay. You will be. God is with you. Rest well tonight, my friends.